And we're live.
Hey traders, welcome to Playbook Trading Market Review with Trader 521 and me. Wanted to bring you guys what's happening in the market and market overview, and welcome to the market review video that will go out to the members, but want to share with you as well. In this video, we will share, or Trader 521 specifically, who is master trader of future equities and a long-term trader, and I will share what's the momentum stocks and a day trading stocks and what's setting up for Monday as perhaps second, third day runner. What you're seeing on my chart right now, you have a daily 78-minute chart, weekly chart, and another daily chart with a little indicator that I use, and all my scans here, and I'll bring my scans to show you what they look like. So all triggering on the daily chart, and these are really very simple scan that I'm going to bring it to you and show you the potential in these scans. And I use same criteria, little algorithmic approach on the intraday chart, and these are 5 minutes chart, bullish and bearish, and then these are the 60 minutes chart, 5 minutes chart. Basically what it is, it's inside the 60 minute, the stock that are triggering on the rising 20 period moving average or 21 period moving average. And we'll talk more about it in the later videos, but wanted to bring you really the market summary and what's what's setting up here for this week and what you all can look forward to this week. As you know, I personally we posted, and I've been posting my market commentary, and I kind of talked about this. Hey, market right here, when we got this rest bar, so we came down pretty quickly. I mean, a lot quicker than what one would have wanted on the daily chart, the pullback. But the main issue that we've had here, and I'm gonna actually bring that out for you 1 second, and really want to overlay this. So let's paste. What I want to bring is what's happening on in IWM. So that is what is really driving the market, and we talked about, and I talked about the interest rate and the yield curve, and obviously the yield curve is really helping the commodity. The falling yield curve, as you know, the yield curve absolutely going to help the commodities to go up, specifically the gold and the oils of the world. And we got long oil about a couple of days ago. I want to say Tuesday, and oil fell, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But here's IWM, and here's your Q. So both are daily charts right here, and I'll switch them to the I'll switch this to the weekly in a little bit. But you can see that IWM, it has been lagging the market, and Qs have led the market. So it was a really nice move right after 200 moving average, and this right here, this red bar, we got the bottoming tail right on support. The support is an area, not a point. I mean, it's an area where prices can bounce. And when you really look at it, and let me just bring this up right here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Where is my right here? You look at it, my marker. I want to share that with you guys as what's really. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I do see
Yeah.
you,
Okay.
IWM and Qs.
All right. I thought I saw. So anyway, so I'm gonna go back and talk about, it's the support is an area. So this is the area right here. This is the area. This is big area. This, from a fundamentals of technical analysis, the traders that trade on support and resistance, this right here, all this from here all the way down here, right here. So area within the area, that's your buy zone. This really how things work. That's your buy zone. So prices came into the buy zone, upper end, not upper end of the buy zone, because upper end of the buy zone will be right up here. That's the upper end of the, so mid of the buy zone, this is the bottom end of the buy zone, came and bounced back. Next day, you've had a rest bar decked out, chart, and you see the volume here, increase volume, decrease volume here. Third day is really the money bar. Opens up here, markets open up lower, try to take out the low, this bar, not the tail, but this bar, and rallies and close at the highs. Now this is setting up a what I call a 3-bar 1, 2, 3 days of play here. Now there's only one or two things going to happen here. Rare, and I want you guys to really think about this. When you have this 3 bars setting up in this fashion, in this area, with this drop, there's only two things. Prices will not go sideways. If it goes sideways, it's very likely that we're going to continue lower. Either you're going to open up higher, up lower. They would not be narrow range bar, narrow body bar. It'll be, this is how it would happen. When you gap up here, what you're doing is are irritating these short sellers and making the buyers that are looking to take a long position over this happy. Right here you have kind of, double whammy here. You get buyers step in, short sellers starting to take their stops, and the prices rally. Comes Friday, now you have the same thing here happen here with that big move down. You got a big move up. Monday, and then I'm gonna have Trader 521 talk about his thoughts here. Monday, if we move above this bar, we are going to move higher. IWM, on the other hand, still fell below its 200 period moving average. That is the only caution I have. It is also telling me right here that the move is getting very tight in the Qs. So the squeeze could be on any minute here. Now, if this turns, see right here, the red dot right here, see it, see that red dot? Let me clear that real quick. See that red dot right here? Red dot, it happened right up here. That means the bears came in here. The bears are in control. Now, if you get another red bar here, red signal here, that will trigger a long. So the bulls will be in control. We'll see. We definitely see how this will work as when comes Monday. And like I said, I will have Trader 521 talked about. Last time we had this signal, it was right up here, right on the rising 21 period moving average. It triggered right into this area, which is where prices were right here, 175. And that lasted from 175 all the way up to probably down here somewhere, right up here. So you've had some good signals here in the market that tells us that, hey, bulls on bear. So right here and then right here another day, and now it's a caution mode. And so that's the cues. You look at IWM here, hey, listen, bears. Now we get the bulls trying to take some control. So we'll see how this one works out. A couple of things that spiders is the same thing here. Spiders not much really. Spiders the same thing, below 50 period moving average. From the weekly standpoint on spider, they're looking really hourly chart starting to trend higher here on the spider, so that's looking good. But the weekly chart, it doesn't take a technicist to see this, but that trend line is just absolutely, it's an ascending channel, ascending weekly channel. That is what really controlling and drive the price behaviors in SPY. So this is what I think. I'll take you through some of my chart. This is my primary scan for all swing trading, every swing trading and a second day runners. And this is where I go in and I put in the conditions is show me the stock that has greater than 2 times ATR, average trading range. Yes, I can speak. And then based on that, I take the trade. And then, we'll look at the analysis. ALTR, excellent gap on Friday, just all day. When stock finish like this, it usually give you a rest day. So 1, 2, 3, and then takes out the lows and another move lower. So keep an eye on this. This one is really good. Amgen on the other side. I mean, what a beautiful breakout on Amgen. This was on my Thursday scans as well, the weekly chart and thing here, right? So those of you who love the trend lines, I mean, look at this. I mean, that was descending channel, and boom, the trend line break, and it's just looking higher. Amgen, if you get this type of pattern on Amgen, some type of flag, some type of here or pause in prices, I have this as my top watch. Amgen, Lilly had a really good move here, moved up over this base. This is my top second day runner for tomorrow. This is taking out, the mother of bases here. Took out the 200, the 10 period moving average, the 20 period moving average, the 50 period moving average. This is my momentum moving average. And then this right here is, you can see what's happening here. So I mean, really, I quite frankly, all you need is a 50 period moving average and the 200 period moving average, and you can really make good living here. Weekly chart breaking out, it's actually transitioning, so that's going into transitional stage 1, and then perhaps stage 2 up here all the way to the top. So Eli Lilly should be on the watch list. NWSA right at resistance, consolidating at the highs on the 60s, at the base, needs some time, but the weekly chart, look at this, is about to break out. So some of these, I'm bringing you guys some excellent charts here. Now, Sina, love to see this thing gap over this. If this thing gaps over this 200 period moving average, it is such a potent gap. This triggers a long position. The next one is Yelp. It's one of my favorites for Monday. This one gapped up, and it was a really good gap. It just gap filled here. Those of you like to see this, I mean, gap filled on the downside and upside both provides an incredible opportunity for trading, support and resistance. Now this never set up on Friday for the long. It really sold off for all day for right reasons, and then the same thing here. I mean, I don't really need a cute tool to draw a trend line. I can just eyeball my trend lines. I mean, this is ugly trend line because I'm freehand drawing, but you can see it right up here, trend line, right at trend line, and pulling back. If this thing takes off 40, man, you have 5, you can put a stop 40 by 35. This is your real stop here on this trade. This sets up here. I am taking this long 38. I'm going to put a stop right up here, 38 by 36, $2 stop, and that's going to be my target here on Yelp. So I am already talked about some of the longs that's setting up. NKTR got bought, another wide range bar, 2 times the average true range. I don't know. There's nothing to do this for this one. I mean, look at this weekly chart. Look at this weekly chart. Would I do anything? No. Probably were super happy, took some positions, and call it a nothing here. MDRX. AMD on the other hand, I do like the AMD. AMD, look at this bullish engulfment here on the weekly chart. This was a break. This bar looked like it was going to break down, and AMD is going to head. Look at this. Look at this trend line break. And this is as beautiful channel as you can get. It look like the price is coming right up here. Instead, now it's coming back to that area. So you have some good memories here. I do like this higher above this. Stop is tight stop, and perhaps a good option options candidate here. Pre sold off. Buy setup here. Don't like the daily chart, so I am going to pass on CRE. These are my very initial scan here. I do like this RLGY. That showed up my scan. I mean, this thing has been beat up. I mean, beat up. Finally, after a very long time, this is trading above 21 period moving average. I mean, look at this thing is depressed. If this takes out the 50 period moving average, this is a long. This is a long. I mean, this is just gap. There's nothing here. My last one that I'm going to talk about in this video is Twitter. Twitter long above this. You can take over. I'm going to take Twitter long at 42. Matter of fact, early position could be a second day runner tomorrow. Could be right here and then add right here 42.20 if you want to get in early. And then very, very nice stop, right? 42 by 41. You can put a stop here. The real stop will be right here. That's too big of a stop. If I can get Twitter early, I start here. I put a stop here. Okay, and then if it start moving in my direction, I add to my position at 42.51. I move my stop here, and then once it takes out the high, this becomes a significant pivot. I move my stop to 40.91. So I always keep my stop maximum 2% of my portfolio and like to manage my portfolio. Like at times I have maybe 10, 15 positions open, not all gonna work, but this is how you can get those 20, 30, 40, 50% moves in your portfolio. And I'll give you an example and I'll hand it to Trader 521. Roku for a Trader 521, and I traded this Roku. I mean, this is this as bullish as it's gonna get. But if I tell you I took Roku right here, that will be a lie because that did not happen. I did not get Roku here. It moved higher here, right up here, and if start flagging here, it gave me a really nice pattern here on Roku. I got in at 86.50. My stop was right under this candle. It was 80. I want to say that the stop was like, I'm sorry, what was 50, 65? Yeah, 66 bucks. Stop was $60, $6 stop. And then we wrote this till 89 bucks here on Roku. I mean, look where it's at today. I didn't get all of the move, but I got a big portion of this Roku move, and it really started from this gap. Let me show you guys this gap. This is where it started. I mean, look at this. It triggered right here. It triggered right here. This gap. I mean, if you're a gap trader, this is heaven. This is heaven. And you can just start trailing. From there, you can just start trailing. You would have trailed it all the way here, 66 bucks, and then that's where it's all. This was this right here. This noise on the weekly, the daily. Once you get it, here's what I'm gonna leave you with: a nugget. Weekly buy setup, weekly pullback onto the rising 10 or 20 period moving average will show daily chart rollover. It just has to happen. That doesn't mean the longer term we're in trouble. And then this gap, what does that tell you? Have I showed you what the previously how this stock behaved? Absolutely. This gap was exactly the same thing. Same thing here. Same thing here. So that's how you catch some of the big moves. The Rokus of the world, the Disney's world. Disney was the Disney was really right up here, right up here. Got long swing. We got long swing. 127 right here. Got long. 127 traded. Got long. Put a stop here. Wrote the move all the way to 138, I want to say, and then it pulled back. And then right here, you got another entry right up here in Disney. So soon, this is the first pullback. The second pullback that had held the low, that's your entry right here, 137. Your stop will be 130, and then look at this. So anyways, this is from me, and I'll hand it to Trader 521 for his analysis.
All right. Thank you very much. It was a really informative discussion. So let me just start my screen sharing. Hopefully it won't freeze my computer. Come on, baby. All right, so yeah, we did discuss the markets. So I don't want to take too much of your time. So basically, I'll just shoot over to the stocks I'll be interested in watching this week. I picked basically only five of them because the others are not so interesting at the moment, at least for now. And we'll probably share the ideas over our Slack chat or over our YouTube videos. So the first one that I would like to mention is AVLR. AVLR. Okay. So the idea is like we had a nice earnings gap on all-time highs. We had a retracement on the second day. We did test the previous 87 level. So next, we are waiting for the price to either confirm a direction in the move to the upside, or to try and play the catch up over from the 8 exponential moving average. So in either case, I'm looking at only on the long side, and this is very interesting and easy trade or idea to execute, especially if the market will help us. Another idea could be COOP. A lot of swing traders do follow it and trade it very often. I do see that we have some trend line breakout. We're on the 1821 and on the 50s. So basically, right now, if the Nasdaq will push the upside, breaking its inside day, Coop could take some momentum, break 140s, and try and push to 148s, and maybe even higher. So watch it for a continuation. Um, Another one, CTVA. This is a stock I was trading a couple weeks ago. As you can see, the green line is then my entry average. My last exit was 3260s. Um, it repositioned itself. Unfortunately, I didn't take it around 30s, but it's showing a very nice relative strength versus the market. So potentially, even if the market will go down in a couple of days, I'm not sure it will, but if this happens, I will take a look at CTVA to see if there is any relative strength in it, and if so, it could be a nice bounce play if the market will keep going higher and this guy will try and lag a bit. I'll see what we do at the 31 levels. Maybe try and trade a pullback here for 1 or 2 days of the swing. Another one interesting is Micron, because Jay mentioned AMD. Of course, it's very strong in comparison to Micron, but Micron was the leader of the sector when we were grinding from 36 to 48. So the thing that it lost some steam, okay, but I do see that we're approaching some very important longer term support lines where they were first broken, now the resistance becomes support. We have the fib box, and we can potentially have a very nice swing position. I'll be watching it around 41, around 40. So in this area, I'll be looking for longs. Also on the 1 hour chart, you probably can see some kind of a channel. Also potentially it could become a falling wedge. So keep an eye on it and make sure you are trading it on the long side, because SMH was one of the strongest sectors in Nasdaq for quite a while. Next, Starbucks. I do love it just for the technicals. Not sure it will be an ideal play, but still, we had a gap in earnings. Retracement, 8 moving average, now breaking the 96. We have volume, everything seems very, very constructive. I will see if we do get some continuation and break the 100 area. A few words on the Nasdaq futures, and we're gonna wrap up. So basically, my input also has two-way action. Either we break to the upside or to the downside. As Jay mentioned, we are mostly positions positioned to the upside as we have that trend line that did support the reversal on the 200 moving average. Now we do have some resistance around 78.20s. We'll see if we do break the 21 day. And if we do, I would like to see some high prices in the nearest future. That will potentially give the market a little bit of momentum, but not sure we can do it right away on Monday. Maybe we'll need a few days to just trap some short sellers and do test these lows or these lows. I want pain on the streets and then we go up. Well, thank you for your time. Jay, if you want to add something, please. All right.
I mean, the only thing I can tell you is, hey, listen, trading is about getting on bases, not hitting home runs. The home run hitters to strike out the most. It's all about small gains, small small gains, protect your losses, big gains, small losses. And that's the longevity of trading career. That's it.
Yeah, it's a numbers game, it's a probability game, just execution, price charts. We are not predicting, we're reacting, we are processing information. So this is what we do. Thank you very much. Have a nice start of the week and very, very profitable trading this week. Have a nice one.